We've got to get over this, haven't we? Are we surely not at the stage yet in this world that we don't only see a woman as successful if she's managed to have children?
Exactly.
I mean, I find it astonishing.
I've definitely struggled with it because a lot of my friends that I've been on Towie with have all gone on to, you know, have children, and it's just everyone's always like, when are you going to have a baby? And obviously, I did have a few problems and did feel kind of not fully whole, like as a woman, because it was like, oh my God, I can't have children. People are going to look down on me.
You were told you had very little chance.
Yes. Then I got 2 other second opinions, and everything is going to be okay. They just said, look, I need to lose weight. They will put me on a drug called Clomid, and we will start the process. And that is something I'll be looking to do at the end of the year. But regarding Jennifer Aniston, she spoke out this year and she said, do not define me as a woman just because I haven't had children. And when I heard that, I cried. I had a cup of tea indoors and a couple of rich tea biscuits, and I thought, do you know what? You've made me feel today totally okay about myself and where I'm at in my life.
But Jem, you said that actually if you have kids, you want to have them with Arj and you want to plan it. So when or you think, have you got a time plan?
Well, Archie's the one that keeps going on to me about it. We'll marry, but he wants to do it all properly. But Jennifer Aniston has given me the courage to go, do you know what? If I don't have a child till I'm 40 years old, that's okay.
It is.
And if I look that good at 50, I'm not worrying about
If you decided you want to, and you've obviously got a plan, why are you sort of delaying it?
Because when I have my child, I want to give it my all. And at the minute, I've been very busy with my career. I want, when that baby's born, to love it so much. I will never want to let it go. And, it gets me emotional talking about it, but I want to give my life to that child. And at the minute, I don't know where I am from one day to the next. And I really want to be in a position where I'm 100% settled. We're in the process of moving at the moment. You know, I just want to have a bit of calm in my life to be the best mum I can be. Do you know what? Archie's doing amazing. He is doing so well. And, you know, we did say we'll give it a year to make sure he stays in this great place. And he's the one, he's so good with children. Have you seen him with Sunday and when he sees little Nelly? I mean, I love Nelly. I want Nelly as my own child. I always message Billy and Greg. I'm like, please let me babysit. She's just adorable. Fern Sunday is adorable. He loves children, and he knows deep in my heart, when I watched Fern's show the other day, the most emotional bit in it, she held Sunday, she did a little piece to camera, and she just said, I will never feel lonely again, Sunday. You're my life now. And I just was breaking down crying. It was just such a touching moment. And poor Jennifer Aniston, you know.
No, she's not poor, babes.
No, I know she's not poor, but she has totally been ostracised all her life for not having a family.
Do you know, it's interesting you say, I mean, I know what it's like when you're told you can't have children and when you have to go on fertility treatment and this sort of thing. And it does sort of switches something in your brain. So for me, that was my sort of switch moment where I realised, actually, I really do want to have children. We're all sort of mums here. Did you have a defining moment where you thought, actually, I do, or had you always wanted to have kids?
I was really unusual. I came from a really big family. I was always holding babies right from when I was... I mean, there's photos of me at 3, like, holding another baby. So it would always be, that is what I'm going to do. And so it was really difficult for me when I was in my 30s and I started to think, oh, maybe I'm not going to meet the right person, I'm not going to have a baby. I didn't have mine till 38 and 42. But because of that, I'm very conscious with my daughters. I don't just write this narrative for them when you get older and when you have babies, because what if they can't? What if they don't meet the right person?
What if they don't want to?
What if they don't want to? And I want them to grow up thinking it might be an option that they choose, but it doesn't have to be their journey.
But also, I think for women, you know, everybody thinks, oh, you get married, you have kids. That's not the narrative that always works out. For me, I come from that Asian culture where actually you do get married, you're supposed to, and I had loads of questions. When are you going to have children? When are you going to have children? Thing was, I had endometriosis, so I was told you can't have children unless you have IVF. So, and also my clock didn't kick in till I was about 34, which everybody else was having kids around me, and I was just thinking, I don't think I'm going to have them. And then after it kicked in, I was obsessed with having children. So the journey is not always very simple and clear, is it? What about you?
I mean, well, I didn't have any maternal urge at all. I was just, you know me, ridiculously practical.
Yeah.
And I just knew I wanted to have children. And so I got to a point in my career, I was in a job, I was a little bit bored, and I thought, now's the time to do it. Do it now, and then, you know, and then I had another one at 42. But I never got that kind of primeval sort of urge of I have to have children, and a lot of women don't.